you about to get me emotional. Like, I'm appreciative of everything that y'all do for me and bring to my life. And I'm so sorry for any pain and trauma that I have caused. For I would never hurt y'all on purpose. I would never hurt y'all on purpose. Never harm y'all on purpose. So anything I have done, please forgive me, and let's just keep on moving forward in life. Cause life is not promised, and we're not here forever.
I tell you lies and it's just so toxic. You lie, I lie too. Girl, I don't love you. You know it's lies when I say it's just you. But don't be mad, boo. I once believed too.
First, let me make this clear. It's DNS Soldier.
And this is Robby Too Fast, and thank you for tuning into the Two Sides of the Heart podcast, where you can stream on YouTube, Spotify,
and
Apple Music.
And
that's it. we ain't nowhere else. That's all. Today, it's gonna be the best interview so far. I'm calling it.
A word?
I'm calling it.
I feel the vibes.
Our guest was born in Elizabeth, New Jersey, but she was raised in Baltimore, Maryland. She is currently a PRP counselor with Greater Baltimore Behavioral Health Services, a parent of 5, grandparent of 17. She is one of 4 children on her mom and her dad's side. All right. She's been married twice, but she just got married back in November 2024.
Mm-hmm.
She purchased a home in 2025.
Mm-hmm.
Come on now, I'm trying to get like that. And she's been working in the mental health field for 3 years now, and she's the owner of her own clothing line. Please welcome my auntie, Jackie Pendergrass. What's going on?
What's happening?
Hey, now.
Hey, now.
Come on.
How you feeling?
I'm feeling blessed. I'm blessed, highly favored. I feel good. It's Mother's Day weekend.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah, happy Mother's Day.
And happy Mother's Day to all the moms.
Happy Mother's Day.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's hop right into it then.
We're going to start off the rip with kind of a crazy question. Who's your favorite child?
Oh. Oh my goodness. Wait a minute. You must be being pranked. They coming in here. All right. So I'm not going to say that I have a favorite child. That wouldn't be fair, because I would have to put up with some things after this is over.
Mm-hmm.
So I wouldn't say I have a favorite child. I would say that I have my own connection with each and every last one of them.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a beautiful thing. Like, you know, I grew up with them. So it's like, you know, I have a great bond with all of them. I can't have no favorites.
Hey, look, you got a front for us.
Hey, I still want to live. It's, you know, I want to see Mother's Day tomorrow.
See, y'all already set me up.
Nah, but can you speak on the difficulties of raising 5 kids?
Oh man, I can. I became a mom at the age of 13. I turned 14 4 days later. I lost her dad when I was 16. He was 18. It's not easy raising 5 children when you're still growing up yourself. So it was a lot of difficulties, but I didn't give up. I even lost my children to the system. But I was a successful mom getting them back. Thank God, you know.
Thank God.
It's not easy. It's very difficult.
What would you say the most challenging thing was, if anything?
The most challenging thing raising children was trying to keep them from going to prison or trying to keep them from losing their lives to the streets. And to this day, like my sons, you know, but raising sons as a single parent in Baltimore is really, really challenging, because there's so many things out there for them to get caught up in, you know. And yeah, the most thing was I wanted them to succeed in life, and and it was hard because at times they they wanted to do things that that they thought was fit for them, and then I had to fight with them and see them out the house because you can't do that in here, and I think it came from me being a friend to my children because I was still growing up with them and not being a parent. And then later on in life, I had to say, hold on, time out, wait a minute. I'm not your friend. I can't do this.
Yeah.
I'm your parent and you're going to respect me. So to this day, they be saying, thank you, Mom, because a lot of my friends are deceased or they're in prison for the rest of their lives. And I appreciate you for everything that you did. So it worked out,
So what was it like transitioning into a grandmother?
You said, what was it like? Say that again.
Transitioning into a grandmother.
Whoa. I was still young.
Yeah.
I'm 50 and 17 grandkids. So it was a beautiful experience, even though my son was young, when he had his first child. It was I didn't discriminate, or feel some kind of way because I had mine when I was young. And they say that how a child is raised is pretty much, how things going to work out for them as well. So it was like, it was a generational curse thing to me because my mom had her child at 16. My sister had her first child at 16. I had mine at 13. And he ended up having a child at a young age. So it was like a generational curse thing. But at the same time, I welcomed my grandson into my life with all open arms. So I think I love my grandchildren more than I love my children now. And my oldest grandchild will be 14 this year. So it was a blessing. But somebody could have told me that once one come, that it's going to be a whole lot of them. I don't know about that if I would have been ready. Yeah, because I'm 17 now.
Yeah, that is a lot, 17.
It's 10 boys, 7 girls.
What is one of the things you love the most about being a grandmother?
I think the fact that they have their own minds. So seeing them grow up now and them calling me and on their own and being able to see them graduate and go to the next grade and just grow, like it's the best part of it. I have one that only call me grandma and I love that. The rest of them, they say mama. They be on their own time and they love me so much. So it's the best part of it. And I think I love them way more than my children.
I'm about to say, I saw a quote. It said that you love your grandchildren how you wish you would have loved your kids. You think that's kind of true in a way?
I do. Yeah. I do. I made a lot of mistakes parenting. And to this day, sometimes I get held accountable for that. Even with me praying to God for forgiveness, even me turning my life around, I still get pushed to the curb sometimes from the way that the decisions I made raising them. I didn't know. I was still growing up myself,
right.
And that bothers me because I transitioned to be a better mother. Even though the decisions that I made, I turned it around. Yeah. It takes time. You gotta always trust the process. Yeah, but that's where I'm at with that.
So how did you meet your husband?
Oh my goodness. Well, I met my husband at my job. I was working and he came in for an interview with his own personal contract. He has his own cleaning company. And he said to me that the first time that he laid eyes on me, he fell in love. And I don't blame him. Because, yeah, she's beautiful, yes. I would have fell in love too. But, he was in a relationship. I was in a relationship. But both relationships were pretty much over. And I kept looking at him. It was something about him, months down, like I couldn't take my eyes off of him. So I tried to get him to come in here. I said, do you know how to fix TVs? Mount TVs on the wall? That was my way of getting him. But he was like, no, he turned me down. Like, I said, damn. and so I kept trying to figure out a way to beat him, and it was kind of hard, but once I did, we've been together ever since. We let each situation go, and then we ended up getting married. So yeah.
So what characteristics drew you to him?
He's peaceful, he's humble. He was like, he's not like, I think he like a country boy because his family is from the South. So he's different from the city guys out here. He was very respectful. And when I started dating him, I love the way he treated his mom and his sister and the woman in his family. And my mother always taught me a man that respect his mother and his sisters will always respect you and love you. And from 2 years ago, almost 2.5 years ago, this man has never called me out my name, never argued with me, never put his hands on me. And I know for sure I made the best decision when I married my husband.
Love to hear it. Love to hear it.
Yeah, I never argue.
We have argued, but he don't argue. I do the arguing because I'm feisty. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be real. I can argue. I can scream, and he stayed just as calm. And I think he don't entertain it. He might go outside, smoke a cigarette or try to do something to calm himself down, but he said that he promised God that when he gets to his wife, that he will never do the things that he did with other women. And he said he's going to love his queen, and he does just that. So I love you, Mr. Pendergrass.
Do you feel like that's a big reason of why y'all have, been together and then got married, because he keeps his cool in those moments?
Because he's the calm. He's my calm before the storm. Even when I'm in a rage, no matter what I'm doing, if I'm yelling, if I'm upset, if I have anxiety, no matter what's going on, he don't do that. He don't do what I do. He pick his own pattern. Like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not leaving my wife. I love my wife. I don't care what happens. I'm not going away. I'm not doing that. You know. And I'm the shit starter. Yeah, I am. I'm spoiled. Sorry.
Shoot. So, what's the biggest lesson you've learned so far from this marriage?
No matter how hard it seems, don't give up on your partner. I mean, because they say the worst year of marriage is the first year is the worst year. I'm not a person that go by the things that people say in the world, but it has been hard, and we had 6 months. It's hard because nothing is easy, and if it is, then something not right with that, And no one is perfect, so it has been a challenge. But the most thing that I know is don't give up. It's nothing out here. It's nothing out here, and it's no one else out there for me that's going to put up with me the way he put up with me. I can't change that, and I'm not going to say that I give him the blues and do these things because I know that he's not going to, do the same thing that I'm doing to entertain it, because that wouldn't be fair. Right. But I'm just saying that my husband was made just for me. Like I was just made for him. So, because if it wasn't possible, God wouldn't even allow it to happen, and you just can't give up.
Right.
That's in a marriage. But then if you're dating somebody, I'll tell you something.
Whoa. If you're dating,
if you're dating somebody, I'm not gonna say sit there and put up with some stuff that you just don't have to put up with. That's not a marriage. That's just a date, and I don't care how long it is. But if the person is not, if you're not growing with a person, if you're not evolving, if nothing is changing, then what am I sit here for? Absolutely not. With my husband, we came from, when I met my husband, I was living in an apartment for 6 years. It was 2 bedrooms, no living room, small bathroom, just shower, small little kitchen, little box. And when I met him, we now own a home. The businesses is doing so good. We're evolving. Then we got married. The blessings has been flowing. So that lets me know that, this is my person. So yeah.
So now how do you go from dating to marriage? Like, if I think you kind of just answered a little bit, but like, what's that turning point that you like, all right, like this is something I could put up with?
Because God gonna tell you.
Mm.
God gonna tell you. See, a lot of times we get in our own way and we think our way is the way, but you gotta move out your own way, and you gotta have a relationship with God. Both of you, both parties have to have a relationship with God, because you can't be pulling this way and I'm pulling this way.
Yeah.
So spiritually, you have to be connected, and then talk to God, because God gonna tell you. He gonna give it to you right then and there. You know, you got to follow the way of the Lord, and that's all I can say.
So both of y'all have your own individual relationships, but then at the same time,
we both connected spiritually. Yes, we both pray every day. We both pray. He's Muslim, so he pray 5 times a day. Yes. Gotta be spiritually connected. You gotta learn to communicate too. If the communication is off, it's not going to be no relationship. If the trust is off, it's not going to be a relationship. If you're bringing in old baggage from previous relationships, it's going to always be some type of issue.
Yeah.
You know, so you got to make sure all of that's clean, all of that damage is over. Yeah. You know, and you got to move on, and that's the only way that you can make a relationship work.
I felt that.
Take notes.
I'm dead.
I wasn't throwing no shots. I'm
dead. All right. So, how did you enter into the mental health field?
Amazing. Well, I was working at Amazon for 5 years, and it was wear and tear on my body. And I said, I'm going to take a leap of faith and I'm getting out of here. So I did an application for a security job, and I ended up getting a cooking position. But then COVID came. So, because this was in 2020, we was hit with COVID. And we all had to move out. You know, it was in a shelter. We had to move all of the clients to the Holiday Inn Express. And from there, I ended up being a security guard. But when I first applied for the position, it was this lady, and she had a conversation with me, and she was like, I like this conversation. She said, you know what? If I get my own organization, I'm working on some things. I'm going to come back and get you. So I was going through so many things at this job. It was like 2 years in. And I'm like, I had to figure out a solution to something. And one day a call came through for me, but they wouldn't give me the call. So she called again, and so somebody gave me a call. So she said, "Can you come see me? I got a position for you." So I said, "Oh yeah, when?" Because to me, I have to get out of here. You know when a job is over for you. You know, everything get uncomfortable. So when I went to her, I had red hair. I was, you know how you tie your little hoodie around your waist and all that. I thought, she wanted me to do like some cook for her or something like that. But she said she had a position for me as a PRP counselor. And she said, "Oh, you can't wear that. You got to change that." And I understood that. And so I put in my 2-week notice. And yesterday made 3 years that I've been a PRP counselor in the mental health field. And it's such a blessing. So, yes. But if I didn't take that leap of faith, I wouldn't even...
You would have never made it.
So that again, you got to trust the Lord, and when He puts you on the path, you got to stay on that path. So yeah.
What do you like most about your job?
Oh my goodness, what I love most about my job is that I'm not in it for the money. I'm in it because I'm on the other side now, and I see people that don't have a support system, don't have family, that are homeless, and they just they deal with mental health. And the most part about it is that I'm in it because I can get back. I can change lives one day at a time. And that's what I've been doing. So I love it. I love it. It's a beautiful experience. I think this is the best job that I've had in my 50 years. Yeah.
I must say, because from what I hear, it's not a job. It's a lifestyle. You know what I mean?
It's a lifestyle, and it's a calling.
Yeah.
It's a calling, and I know it's a calling for me because it didn't only change other people's lives, it changed my life. You know, I was used to be the little ratchet, little crazy chick, you know, crazy chick out in the streets, partying and doing all those things, and it changed me, you know, and that's another thing that I love about it. And boy, you know, this is Jackie, but that's corporate world Jackie. So yeah, you know, I love the way I talk, my persona, and the way that my clients are connected to me, and the way I change their lives. And I've had the same clientele for these 3 years, so I know that I'm doing something right, you know, so it's a blessing.
So, like, Loki, I want to know, like, can you hop into that type of field with no schooling behind you, no, like, degrees? Like, what is that?
You can't just hop into that field unless you got some type of certification. It's not happening unless you got somebody that's going to believe in you and want to change your life or see something in you that you don't see in yourself. That's the only way. And if that person has their own business or something like that, and they can make their own decisions. But other than that, you can't just hop into the mental health field.
Okay.
It takes a lot. Yeah.
Okay.
What are signs that someone is struggling mentally?
Ooh, that's deep. Anger. They're always angry. They're always angry at the world. Depression. You can know when a person's depressed. They laying around. They don't have no motion. You know. It's a lot because you can see some things, and a lot of times you can't see it because a person don't know that they're dealing with it. So you never know unless you conversating with that person or you just notice something different. It's hard. That's deep right there. It's deep because I've noticed it in people, even in my own family members. You know, they feel like the only people that could be held accountable for things are people and not their self. They be in denial, you know, and you gotta be careful with that. Yeah. Because it can get dangerous. Yeah. Because now you got a person that you're dealing with that don't know that they dealing with this issue, and you do know, and you have to be careful because you can't just address a person that's dealing with mental health, with mental illness, and they don't. You got to be careful with stuff like that.
How would you go? How would you go about like addressing that or kind of dealing with them?
I would say mediation. Like I would say, let's have, you know, especially if it's family, let's have a family get together, talk, or you know, let's just do something where as though we can discuss some things. It's important, and it's not happening, and that's why so many people are spiraling out of control. They commit suicide. They you know, killing people and things like that. It's a lot. It's a lot.
Have you dealt with mental health issues personally?
Yes, of course. We all deal with mental health issues. It's not a person on this earth that can't say that they don't deal with some type of mental health. Is not just mental health is addiction. Mental health is grief, breakups, children that's born in homes with not both parents being absent or only one parent. It can come from school, where a child went through school through trauma. It can come from bullying. It's a lot of different things. A person can be sick, like health-wise, with cancer or you know, something, you know, serious, or may not be too serious. But if they can't seem to get away from it, that can become mental health. Like, so anything, you just can't say mental health is, because this person crazy, you know, they bipolar, or no, it don't work like that. It can come from so many different things. Yeah. I've learned that.
Yeah. And you got me thinking now, because I'm just thinking about all the things that I've dealt with over the past couple of years, and it's probably like, you know, I just can't even, like, I know the last thing that happened when my past job, fuck that job, but but like when the dude he jumped off the roof and he killed himself, and I witnessed that, and I couldn't explain why it had such a hold on me. Like that joint was wild, but just kind of dealing with that, I guess, just like not even feeling like I could have stopped it or nothing, but just maybe just feeling for that person, like what could What was he going through?
What was he going through? And that's what I'm saying. You never know. Sometimes you can see it because people want to have a certain reaction, or they want to do something that shows you that there's something going on with this person. They might distance themselves, you know. And then you got people that this person, you told me you seen him walk past you or something and go to his room. I can't really remember, but then you was like, you did see him before he did that, right? Yeah. And so now it never looked like anything was wrong with him, and then all of a sudden he done jumped off the roof, you know, because you can't, sometimes you can't identify it. Yeah. You know, because a person people are good with hiding it, you know, and that's another thing. Like if you don't communicate. If a person don't communicate and they started off young, going through school, being bullied and things like that, now it's inside of them. Yeah. Parents never did anything about it. School never did anything about it. Now this person's an adult. Yeah. So now all of this trauma, childhood trauma that this child that they had is now in them as an adult. So now they fighting some demons, some things that you never really knew that they was dealing with. You know, and it's hard because they never got to talk about it. They never even got any help about it. So now you're dealing with a real midlife crisis. You know, so again, it's tough because sometimes you can identify it, sometimes you can't. Yeah.
Like, I'll be thinking about another thing too, like the last music video we had. Like, you watch that music video, like, man, that day must have been, it's crazy. That's probably one of the worst days of my life, that day of recording. But it's like you watch the video and it's like you would think like, oh man, that was so awesome, man. There's all these different things going on, and it's like, but I just remember that day like it's horrible.
It's horrible, and then you probably never really communicate about that, you know. And another thing with people when they're dealing with mental health, they feel like, oh, if I talk to a therapist, oh no, they feel some type of way, you know. I don't tell nobody my business, but you're not releasing what you're dealing with. Yeah. And the more that you build it up, the worse that person becomes. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? And that's not a good thing. So maybe because you haven't been able to express how you feel about it, because sometimes it's okay to talk about what you're going through and what you're feeling, but people be so caught up in their ways, like, oh no, but it's a good thing to do.
Especially in our community, especially like us as men. Like, like just recently, I feel like I don't want to put your business out there, but like it's been like a year, maybe like a year or 2 years where he's been able to kind of, we've been friends for about 10 years now, and just the past 2 years where he's been able to come to me and stuff. And I think it's just, you know, it's just that stigma, like, you know, like, nah, I'm good. Like, we just got to go through it or whatever, this, that, and the fourth, you know. But it's like, you know, I think, you know, but I've always been able to go to him. But then just recently, like, he's like, you know what, like, I can't just be the only one talking to Robby. Like, now we talk to each other.
And that's a good thing. Yeah. That's a good thing.
I know a lot of people don't got that. You know what I mean?
It's called support. Yeah. A lot of people don't have a support system because they have too much pride. You know, the support could be right there, but because of their pride, they don't use the support, you know, and then they blame people for not, oh, no, I don't have nobody, but you don't want nobody there, because when I try to offer my support, you turn it down, you know, like it just be like, it's just be a whole mix up, like with people like, excuse me, like, but that's how it goes, you know, pride, you got to put your pride aside and you got to open up. Yeah.
Sometimes it's hard though, because that fear of judgment or the fear of like, basically just the fear of judgment.
It's true, because people quick to judge. They're quick to judge you, and then you'll tell them something that you're confiding in this person because you feel like you have a bond and a connection with this person, and you trust this person, and they can take your business or what you said and turn it around and give it to somebody else. Yeah, you know, and that's. So I get that part too. Yeah. You have to be careful who you open up to. Yeah. That's true.
Yeah, that's hard though, because the people that can hurt you is the people that's in your circle. And
that's another thing. Yeah. That's why I say it's hard, you know, opening up to people and trusting people, because you'll think that the people around you will be the ones that will protect you the most. And it's not that way. Yeah. It's not that way at all. I have people that I've met from running the streets or just moving in the neighborhood. I have people that I'm more bonded to than with some of my own family members. Yeah. You know,
it be like that though.
It does. And it had been more supportive than some family members, you know. Yeah. And that's just how it goes.
Sucks. I feel like we take it for granted. We not related, but yeah, that might as well be my brother, you know. Versus
Of course.
versus and I don't think this because we just talked about this earlier, like our side of the family, now if something come up, oh yeah, we all there, you know what I mean? But it just sucks that we only meet up for weddings and funerals.
And that is the most thing that is a generational curse, because I think that now all of the and with a lot of families in our communities, once our ancestors leave, because they were the glue to the family. Once they begin leaving, it spread. Everybody just spread out when they split apart. Nobody comes around. Like back in my days, all the aunts get together. We cook. We spend holidays together. We have cookouts. We listen to But now it's like everybody be in their own world, and that's something that I'm trying to do with my family. Like keep them close and bonded, because it's a lot of y'all out here that don't even know each other.
Yeah.
And y'all cousins, like y'all be out here dating. Y'all could be dating your own blood. I think that's a damn shame. Y'all have to get to know each other.
Yeah. I mean, the one thing I will say though that I can appreciate is his family close. Like they take a shirt off the back. Even something I love that I'll be seeing on social media, like you and your children, y'all always come together. Of course,
I love my children. I love my children, even when we go through our situations, because ups and downs, that's what family does. They up, they down, they in, they out. But at the end of the day, we all got to understand you only get one set of parents, you only get one set of children, and I don't play about them.
Yeah.
I love that back in the day they used to come for me and my children, because I was so young with 5 children. Yeah. And now today I look back, look at us now, because all of my children are progressing in life. Mm-hmm. They have their children, they doing what they have to do, they have their careers, and big up to them.
I'm about to say, shout out all them, man. Shout out Ebony, Rock, Twin, Talia, Alexis. Man. Shout them all out, yeah.
Shout out to Ebony, True. I love you, girl. Shout out to Rock. Mm-hmm. I love you so much. Twins, Talia and Khalid and Alexis. Y'all doing a great job, and y'all make this Mother's Day even more special every year. And I'm so proud of y'all for everything that y'all doing in life. Yeah. Keep going. Yeah.
I definitely think it is cool. Like even the moments that I do get to see them, like it's just. I think when I was younger, I was telling him this earlier. I was younger, I was scared of y'all. I would, but I think because I was just so sheltered. I was just so sheltered, though. You know what I mean?
Oh my goodness!
But I think it's just the way that y'all ride for each other. I was just good.
I
can't mess with none of y'all. I'm not joning on nobody. I ain't doing church. They gonna come for me. But then as I got older, though, I'm like, oh no, it's like that for all of us.
Exactly.
Somebody comes.
It's the same thing. Yeah. I'm the same way about my nieces and my nephews and my family. Like if it's see now they, back then they'd be like, don't call Jackie. No, you can't call her. Because if you call me and I'm coming, I'm coming. Mm-hmm. And I ain't about to play with you because you're not going to play with mine, These days, you better dial 911. Because I don't want that fool. I don't want to go over there. But yes, we definitely ride for each other. And we still do, no matter what we go through.
Yeah, that's something I appreciate, because my dad, he used to tell me, he said somebody was messing with little Kevin and Cave, and my Uncle Kevin called my dad. My dad was there before my Uncle Kevin.
Oh yes. Yeah. Oh yes. He didn't play about his nieces and nephews.
I was even telling him, I was like, man, look, we got an issue, man. I'm calling Rock, I'm calling Twin. They think it's a game.
And they still the same way. They in their lives and their profession. But if you mess with their family, yes. If you call them, they come.
Yeah.
Of course.
That's how it should be, though. That's how it really should be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm about to say, I think I got one more story that we can move on. But I remember it was snowing. It was the one year I was living with my dad in Baltimore, and we had to go get Nana and Alexis from the bus from Popeyes, and they was walking up and somebody screamed something across the street, and Alexis was like, "What'd you say? You talking about my cousin?" she was ready to go over there.
And they call her a little white girl. She was a little white girl, but you can play wherever you want. You can see all of the black coming out of Alexis. And to this day, she's like that. As a grown woman, I'll be like, baby Jackie, but
you don't be playing no game.
Absolutely. Ah, man, you talked about your grandmother. That thing right there, I'm gonna leave it alone.
All right, so what advice do you give to people in their 20s about mental health?
What advice would I give you guys? Get help. Mm-hmm. Talk about it. Communicate. Yeah. Don't hold it in. And address it immediately.
Yeah.
Don't wait time, because the more that you do that, the worse that you will become. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to say that the worse you will become. Mm-hmm. Get help.
Yeah.
And anything that you feel like that's putting you in that point, in that space where you dealing with mental health, get away from them. Mm-hmm. You have to always protect your peace and your space. And I don't care how much you love these people, how much you enjoy being around these folks. If they're doing something to you that's putting you in a space where you feel like you're having depression, anxiety, you suicidal, you homicidal, that you angry all the time, it's time to move on and leave it where it's at. Because people will do that. You'll have people that can't get to a level that you're at, and they don't know how to deal with their stress and anxiety and mental health, and they'll try to drag you down with them. And if you allow it, you'll find yourself back down there with them. Mm-hmm. So when you on this journey, because y'all have a lot against y'all for to be the next generation, y'all have a lot to deal with, and you'll have people that will do that, because you see how y'all onto something like y'all building your business and your podcast and all that. Like, you'll have people that might don't like that. Like, you'll have people that's acting like they're rooting for you, and the whole time they're against you. They're preying on your downfall, and because they can't get there, they don't want to see you grow. So get away from those people and build around your surroundings. Build with people that's doing something in life. That's they're gonna be meaningful to your life. So that's what you do.
Have you ever had to be the man in a relationship, and what did it cost you?
Oh boy. Okay, hold on. All right. Yes, I have. I had to play the role of the man. And what did it cost me? It cost me to be angry. It caused me to be upset, frustrated, because I had a bad choice of men. I don't know why, I had a bad choice, but I come from a family of women where we not just aggressive, but we're go-getters. And we're gonna make it happen. We're gonna do what we just gonna do what make it happen. We're not settling for no. We push. And I've came across a lot of men that didn't have that ambition. And the ones that I did, I let them go because I didn't know what I had in my life. So yes, I had to be the man of the house. I had to take care of everything, that pay the bills, make sure the children are fed, get the money, do this and do that, while they sit around and make excuses on why they can't get things done, So yes, I had, and it caused me a lot of grief. It did. It caused that's dealing with mental health. Because why am I doing all of this and you sitting around? You're okay with sitting around while I'm taking control, and it caused me to be violent. Oh yeah, I got very violent.
I mean, if you feel like would you feel like sharing the story? Or?
Yeah, I've got violent. Yeah, I whooped their ass. Yeah, you want to show me that you got a sign of weakness. One thing about me, if a man show me weakness, that's an issue for me. If you let me run over top of you, I'm a run. I'm coming. Like I'm gonna keep and I don't like that. I like a man with power. Like, yes, like, girl, go ahead over there somewhere. Not where he won't hit me or something like that. Like, hey, I like a man with some authority, like, with some drive. Like, no, you're not talking to me, but they let me do that. And I have got very violent. I have gotten very, very violent, and it wasn't really nice because I ended up behind bars for that, for doing the things that I have done. So yes.
You have any advice for a woman that might have dealing with somebody like that? Like, how would you advise them to I
would advise them to get out.
Yeah.
Get out of this situation because it's not worth it. It's not worth it at all. Don't sit around and take on things that you don't have to take on. Learn to be by yourself. You don't have to have a man in order to succeed, in order to progress, in order to raise your family. You don't have to have it, because some women don't know how to be alone. Like, they feel like they gotta have somebody. It might be something that they dealt with in their childhood, and they don't want to be alone. But get out of it. First of all, though, the main thing you have to do is love yourself first. You gotta have self-love, self-respect. You gotta have that in order for you for someone to love you. But you don't need them. You don't need nobody, because see, people think that they need men and they need women in order to feel wholesome, and that's not true. That's not true. Take your time. Take your time. But if you're dealing with that, get out of it. Because if you don't, the more you stay, the more you're going to become wore down. Yeah. Find yourself in situations. You ain't pay the rent. Oh, I'll tell you. I was going through some things with a guy. He was supposed to help me with the rent, and the rent came. It was time for the rent to be, paid. And I'm like, well, where is he at? He done laid up in here and stuff. And this is getting ready. And I'm facing an eviction notice. So I'm like, well, where the money at? Oh, he ain't got the money. But you in my house, though. Oh, yeah. How come? Oh, yeah. I'm going to jail and you going to the hospital. It's like, for real. Yes. Like, I'm gonna be honest. That was back in my days, but I let them stay in there. Here's the thing: you can't get mad with people, because people gonna do as much as you allow them to do. If you don't nip it and if you don't control it, then you're gonna deal with things in the process. Like, you're gonna deal with it. But these are the things you allowed, though. Nobody made you allow this. You allowed this. So, and that's what it led to. So, yeah, I used to be mad at the world because I picked the craziest men to deal with, but those were my choices. So that's why I say, when you moving in life and you want that significant other, you can't go looking for them. You can't just deal with anybody. God gonna send that person to you, hands down. That man walked through that my job door for a contract. You couldn't tell me that we was gonna be married. I never knew. You never know. You don't know what is for you until you allow God to give it to you and get out the way. But yes, again, young ladies, if you're dealing with men that's not trying to do what they supposed to do and play their part and play their role, get them out of there. Yeah. Let them go.
Do you think Black women are taught to survive more than they're taught to be loved?
Yes, they are.
Can you talk about it?
Yes, they are. They are taught to survive because a lot of our women have grew up in homes with just a mom. The dads were allowed to come and go as they please. Women couldn't do the same thing men do, because now you get ready to get a name for yourself. So now, if that man out in the streets doing what he doing and things need to be done at home, you got to be the one to do those things. I think we was taught to survive because we look for love in all the wrong places. We look down. They look down on a lot of us, our Black women, because we had to deal with poverty, living in the hood, being introduced to things to survive, not getting the education. It's a lot. It's a lot that goes with that. Now, this could go on for a long time because it's a lot to go with that. Yes, we were definitely taught to survive more than love. And I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor. I went through a lot. Being a single mother with 5 children, I went into gang banging. I was a stripper. I done did it all to survive, to take care of my children, because I wasn't going to let the system take them again. I wasn't going to allow them to go out and be drug dealers and do this and do things when they didn't ask to come here. So now I'm in survival mode because I don't want to see my children leave. They got to eat. They got to go to school. It's 5 of them. They got to have all of them got to have school clothes, school supplies, holidays. I was taught to be in survival mode more than love. So.
You think that was to their detriment as well? Because you had to sort of keep them alive, but then you weren't able to nurture them.
Right. And that was definitely a part of it. Yep. That was definitely. I didn't know how to love my children correctly because, again, I used to run away from home because I thought that the streets was where it was at. But my mother was trying to teach me that, no, that's not what it's at. I'm trying to give you a loving environment. I'm going out here working, trying to take care of you. And I was rebellious. So a lot of my decisions is because of the decisions I made because of what I see. And that's why it's important to love on your children correctly and not just focus on yourself. You got a lot of moms and dads out here that want to keep up with the Joneses, or they want to be in Florida, they want to be at Freaknik, they want to be here, they want to be there, and their kids is out here getting murdered, or they out here going to jail, or they out here murdering, and you saying, "Oh, my child's a good child," but how you know? How you know your child a good child? Where you was at? Where you been at? This child out here, so. Yeah, I didn't know how to love my children correctly. And I don't want to keep faulting myself for that because, again, I was growing up as they were growing up. So I wish I would have waited to have children, and I didn't. And so it was a struggle. I think I was a part in survival mode because I put myself in survival mode. I didn't listen. So when you don't listen, there are consequences, and you might not suffer right then and there, but somewhere in life you're going to suffer because of the decisions that you made.
What's something your younger self thought was love, but now you call manipulation? Boys. Boys, y'all was some evil little creatures back. Y'all not, but they were some evil little creatures back then and there. And I just knew it was love, but it was manipulation, just so they can get what they want and leave with babies and stuff, and ain't no way around. So yeah, it was the boys. But my mama tried to keep me away from it. But I see this friend and that friend and that friend and that friend and that friend doing it. So now I want to do it. And now I'm caught up out there in the streets and it's out of control and nobody can do anything. But yeah, it was boys. Yeah. Because I came from a loving family and a loving home. I ain't want it. So. Why? Because I wanted to be a follower. I wanted to follow what my friends were doing. Me and all of my friends, we became parents at the same time. We were all pregnant, 13, 14, all of us, whole group of us. And to this day, they are some beautiful moms. They doing well in life. But we were together. We ran together, and I wanted to do just what everybody else was doing. Yeah. And that's what got me there. So, would you say now that there are more men or boys that are just looking to get what they can get out of it, or would you say there are some that are actually there for it, like they have your best interest at heart? You got to divide it, because I'm not going to take away from good men. You have some out there that's still manipulating, and then you have a lot of good men out here
that really do care for a woman's best interests. Now, whether that woman see it or not, that's the thing, because you got some women that don't notice it. Like I said, I let some good men go. But you got a lot of women out here and that don't notice that wholesome good man, and they take advantage of it, and it's not it's not cool, you know. Yeah, so
I feel like that's the thing with like good people in general. Like, you start like getting taken advantage of. So then, you know, hurt people. You get hurt. You go down the line, and something that you would have did that might have worked for that relationship. You know what I mean? But now you thinking, nah, I don't want to get manipulated again, or I don't want to get used again. So now I'm moving away. So like, that's why I was really understanding what you were saying about the whole like leaving your baggage with the other shit before you hop in another relationship, because it's like, it will affect you.
It will affect you, and I'm going to be honest, because I'm not afraid of saying anything. I love my husband dearly. However, my husband was in a relationship for 30 years before he met me, and it's a lot of baggage and a lot that was there that he brought to me. And it became challenging, you know. A lot of things that she didn't expect out of a man, you know. I'm on the versus on the other side. I have expectations, and I'm not saying I want you to do what I want you to do, but I see a better version of you that you don't see. So I'm not going to be out here looking good and going after things in life, and I'm not going to grab your hand and I'm going to take you along with me. I want to see this. If I'm evolving, I want to see you evolve too. So it's not a control thing that I want you to do, but I want better for you, like I want better for myself. And a lot of things they didn't expect out of each other in their relationship. And I have to deal with it and clean it up. So it's like you have to rebuild your person, you know, and there's nothing wrong with that, but it can become challenging. Very challenging, because if you don't clean up your mess and your baggage, it can become very crucial for your future. Right. And that's the thing, you know. So I love you, husband. I just had to say what I had to say.
So do you think people should get their baggage straight before they hop in relationships, or if they do end up hopping in a relationship, like how do they go about that?
No, they clean up your baggage. You don't. Why would you want to bring that pain and trauma into someone that don't deserve that? That person had nothing to do with that. And if you're not ready to get it cleaned up, or you feel like you need time, then you take that time, because why would you want to come and disrupt somebody else's life with that baggage? Just because you love this person, you head over heels over this person, and you don't want to lose this person, let them make the decision if they want to be there. Don't bring that. Don't bring that over here, you know. I think me and my husband didn't give each other enough time in that area, because I had some things too, some baggage. I'm not going to just point the finger at him. You know, I had some baggage too that I'm still trying to clean up, that I brought in my life, that I brought into his life. You know, and that's why it's say take time, as much as time as you need. Don't go by what the world say. Oh, y'all been together for 3 years. He ain't proposed to you, and oh no, you know, or this, that, and the third, or you remember her. And you know, like, don't go by what the world say. Go by what the Lord. I'm very spiritual with that. Go by God's way, and with God gonna speak. He can speak to you and let you know what's good for you and what's not. You know, so yeah, take as much as time as you need, because if you don't, it's gonna be a lot of rough days. Yeah.
And I feel that. I definitely feel like that's been to my detriment. I definitely be hopping relationship, and then I'm bringing this to that. I haven't even healed from this, and I'm looking at you like you the last person. You not this a whole different person.
But then you're looking at this person, but you ain't looking at yourself. See, that's what people do. They throw it all the way over there. But accountability. No one want to hold themselves accountable for their wrongdoings, or for the because they're the reason of a lot of situations turning left.
Yeah.
That accountability, I tell you, people audacity be at an all-time high because in these days, accountability is something that people just don't want to live by.
Nah, not at all.
It's horrible. It's horrible.
Not at all.
Mm-hmm.
That's accountability. The word
accountability is something that they just don't want to live by, and it's sad.
Yeah.
And as long as it's like that, it's always going to be some issues, you know. So always hold yourself accountable for your mistakes, and always own up to it.
Yeah.
Don't expect an apology from this person or this person to do right by you when you can't meet that person halfway.
Mm-hmm.
You got to apologize too.
Yeah.
You got to be accountable too. You just can't move like that, you know. So.
And get you somebody that's gonna hold you accountable. That's why, and we hold each other accountable.
Exactly.
I come to him and I be like this and the fourth. He's like, okay, I heard you, but hold on real quick.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean, and vice versa. And I'm like, hey, look, like, have you exhausted everything you did all this? And that's what keeps that you gotta, because it's sometimes people can't. But if you got somebody that's gonna check you, you know they.
Oh yeah, hold on now, because you got to get that together.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know, I stand on business.
Yeah.
Even with myself. I'm going to tell you about yourself, but I'm going to tell you what I did to be a part of this problem.
Yeah.
You know, but you ain't going to get up there and you're not going to run while you know, I check myself. Oh, you getting checked too.
Yeah.
That's just how that goes. If you don't like it, you don't like it. And don't let me get on fire.
Stand on it.
Don't let me get on fire, because these feet catch fire, so you in trouble. For real. I be on 1,000,000.
But it's hard though, finding someone to like really hold you accountable, because there's multiple things in it. Like there's been times like in our relationship where it's been like I had to sit there and be like, damn, like, do I really say this? Because certain things like people just can't accept it, or like, you know what I mean? Like I had to really tell him, like, hey bro, I ain't even gonna lie, fuck the relationship. Like whatever happens, happens. Cause I want you to be a better person. Mm-hmm. And you call him out on their shit. And there's been times where he called me out on some shit, and I'm like, nigga, fuck you. You know, I ain't even trying to hear that shit right now. Like I know in the back of my mind, it is.
You know that he's saying it's real. Yep. It's the truth, and you don't want to face the truth right now.
It be like that in the moment. I'll be mad
when you in the moment, like oh.
And then you figure out low key, like he right, like what you saying got facts. Like damn, damn, man, fuck.
Do you feel the same way when you tell me things?
Man, we do it to each other. We say the same thing to each other. He be like, Rob, I'm keeping it above you. I'm like, I don't give a fuck about nothing. But then after a while, like I know he right. You know, we just don't want it. We just don't want to hear it.
You don't want to hear the truth, because the truth, boy, will pinch you so hard, boy. I be like, all right, you ain't gotta do all that.
Yeah, for real.
You know,
what I really want you to say is, now you right, but that's not what you need though.
Uh-huh.
That's not what you need. What you need is that person that's keep it a buck with you. Even in them, like I think the best thing he probably ever told me was like, look, Robby, like you with this girl, you need to be with her. If you keep being with her, we can't be cool.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And it hurt to hear, but it's like that's real though.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
can't let you go out like that, bro.
Absolutely, and see, some of our loved ones can see something in a person that like, nah, that ain't it right there. But I don't want to hurt my bro, because he might think I'm hating or or some stuff like that. But the whole time he see the stuff in the person that's going to affect you in your life and the things that you're trying to do. Yeah. And it's hard to tell you, because sometimes it's hard to accept. Yeah. Like y'all said. So yeah. You got you a good brother right there.
Yeah, no, he all right. Yeah.
I'm big. All right, so has the idea of loyalty and love ever felt like a trap rather than a blessing?
Yes. Yes. Because with me, I love hard. I'm very, 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 very loyal woman. And have come to some situations where my loyalty and love has been crossed. I've been cheated on. I've been mentally abused, verbally abused, physically abused. So it was a trap for me. Because the loyalty and love that I had for you, that I thought you had for me, it wasn't that. And that was another thing with manipulation. So yes, it was a trap instead of a blessing. A blessing is not going to bring you pain. Like you might go through some minor little things, but it's not going to bring you pain. It's not going to bring you a black eye. It ain't gonna bring you being called a bunch of bitches, and I hate you, and I don't fuck with you, or I'm gonna cheat on you, and I'm gonna deal with this, and I'm gonna deal with who I want, and you gonna accept that, and I ain't going nowhere. You know, it was a lot of loyalty and love that I had, not just for men, friendships,
talk about it,
children. You understand? That I gave a lot of loyalty and love to people that came into my life, that I gave a lot of loyalty and love to, but it was a trap, because what was beneficial for them, after it wasn't beneficial no more, I was shown hate. Because see, it could be in disguise. People could be in disguise. That's just like people for Halloween, whatever they dress up, it's a disguise. They'll come to you and present themselves one way, but when it don't work for them no more, they a whole nother person. It's a whole nother ball game. So yes, it was more of a trap, and never was a blessing. I know what my blessings are because they still with me to this day. You know, and you had to be careful with that, because a lot of people that you love and you loyal to, you don't even know them, and they could be your blood. You really don't know them. The truth always reveal itself. You know, so you playing with a gift and a curse right there. Got to be very, very careful.
She got me thinking, good Lord.
No, I think that's the best way to put it. Like, loyalty is really a gift and a curse.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Yeah, for sure.
Look. Here's some examples. We're not even going to just use me. Look at in the world. You loyal. You expect for your parent to be your loyal and loving person in your world. Look how you got parents out here killing these children. Taking their lives. How can you take something that's so close to you? Look how you got children killing their parents. Taking out the whole family. Like you got to understand that it's a gift and it's a curse. And you thinking you know these folks. You done been in the house with these people all your life. But one day you just wake up and you the person that you were so loyal and loving to, that you trusted with your everything, then took everybody. Like, you really, really, really got to be careful with people these days and who you give your loyalty and trust to. Mine's is like, I have a circle. Like, I ain't about to play with it. You can't come over here with that. And even when you show me that you are a trap, I'm getting you out of there. Ain't no turning back from that. I'm not dealing with that. You know, take it how you want. You can't come over here with that. Again, you got to protect your peace and your space. You know? Some people are blessings and some of them are lessons.
That's facts. Sucks.
If you could give young black women one unfiltered lesson about love, what would it be?
One unfiltered. One unfiltered lesson about love. Girl, if you don't get your life and leave them niggas the fuck alone, you better. I'm telling you right now, build your fucking empire. Go after your dreams. And yeah, I'm cursing. Go after your dreams. Do everything that you got to do by you in life and leave these fuck niggas alone. Cause they ain't gonna mean you no good, and that's on everything, and that's unfiltered, and I don't give a fuck. Don't you dare stop what you have to do in your life for these niggas out here, cause I'm trying to tell you, cause once they wipe you down and take it all out you, there ain't gonna be nowhere to be found. Don't be out here having no babies and all of that stuff without already having something set for these children, because they don't ask to come here. So do what you have to do in life, and then when God is ready for you to have that family and that good man, He gonna give it to you.
Yeah.
And that's on. Get your education, because it's important.
Mm-hmm.
And do what you gotta do for yourself. That's it.
Okay, so if you could give young black men one unfiltered lesson about love, what would it be?
The streets ain't for you.
Mm-hmm.
The streets is not for you. Don't get caught up in the streets. Don't get caught up in what you see on with these rappers and all of that stuff. The streets not for you. It's not. Don't try to be something that you're not. Be who you are.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be afraid. Don't be a follower.
Mm-hmm.
You have to lead by example.
Mm-hmm.
Get your education.
Mm-hmm.
Leave that drug. Don't be in the streets trying to be a drug dealer. Don't bring that grief to your family.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's so easy to get caught up in that stuff, but it's a hard ass way to get out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, because see, with y'all black young guys and the women, the generation, they don't like to listen because they think they know it all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you learn.
Listen to your parents. Don't do that to your parents. If they giving you a beautiful home to live in, if they supporting you, if they want to see you graduate, if they doing all the things that they supposed to do right by them.
Yeah.
Y'all don't know how hard it is for for us parents to see y'all throw your lives away. It's very hurtful. And it's like a slap in the face because we give up everything just so that y'all can have and so that y'all can live the correct life and have a career that's going to set you for life. We work hard. We scrape. We go from the scraps. We go to eviction notices. We go to BG&E might be getting cut off. Yeah. We go to ain't that much food to feed all of y'all. Don't know what we gonna do. We go from losing jobs. We go from social services. We food stamps. We go to Section 8. We do anything that we can do to survive. Mm-hmm. So just so that y'all can have. Don't slap your parents in the face. Be grateful. Take care of your parents. Love on your family. Get your education and do what you had to do.
Yeah.
But one thing for sure and two things for certain, just know them streets is not for you. Because it look like it's a lot of love out there. That money is the root of all evil. Mm-hmm. Y'all see them out there with Louis Vuitton and this and that and the Gucci and all of that. Y'all want to wear that and keep up with the Joneses. Mm-hmm. And the whole time you're destroying your life. Yeah. So be smart.
Yeah. And it's okay to look nice now. I know I look
It's okay to look good.
I promise you.
But not if you got to go out here and rob, steal, and kill and destroy for it.
Yeah, you ain't lying. You ain't lying.
Because guess what? You can go out there and hustle and kill for all of that. But one thing going to happen, or two things. Your ass going to jail, or somebody going to fuck around and kill you. Mm-hmm. Now what you going to do? Mm-hmm. When you had the opportunity to go to school, get a job, get a career, go to college, and make things happen for yourself the correct way.
Yeah. So
don't get caught up by the designing and all that fake stuff out there. Like, don't do it.
What's a message you have for parents that are struggling, that feel like it's too hard or they don't know where they're going?
Parents, don't give up. Mm-hmm. Don't give up, because at the end of the day, God don't put no more on you than you can bear. Mm-hmm. Pray. Prayer is the key. A lot of people, and you don't have to go to church. You to be spiritual, you don't have to go to church. You don't gotta go to the masjid. You ain't gotta go to the Catholic churches. You don't gotta do that to have a bond with the Lord or with your spiritual, your higher power. You don't have to. But you can walk and talk and pray to God every day. I get up every day and I have a conversation with God like I'm talking to y'all, because that's where I'm at spiritually. Yeah. It's important to pray. Yeah. Because God said, ask and you shall receive. So to these parents that feel like it's hard, don't give up. Go to your resources, go to your outlets, go to the people that you know that's going to have your back, and everything will be all right. And you got to trust the process. I'm sitting here today, and I never thought that 8 years ago or living 8 years in an apartment, I said, oh my God, this is the life I'm going to have to live for the rest of my life, being in this place. I can't do this. And then I stopped complaining, like, wait a minute. Because God said, wait a minute now, because you don't know what I'm about to do. Mm-hmm. You're doing this complaining. I'm sitting you here, sit you still, and make you he'll make you a believer. When you don't believe, He's going to make you believe. You could never tell me that I was going to be a homeowner as of March 4th, 2025. I never seen these days, and I didn't look down on myself. I just never seen it coming.
Right.
You know, so to these parents, everything gonna be all right. Don't give up. Mm-hmm. Don't give up. It might sound easy, and I know it's hard, and it seems like you're never gonna see the sunshine. But God, after every storm, is always some sunshine. Mm-hmm. You gotta believe that, though. You know, so it's gonna be all right.
We gonna be all right. Do you feel me? We gonna be all right.
It's gonna be all right.
What about to your grandkids? It's something you would just a message to your grandkids.
To my grandchildren, I love y'all so much. There is, I'm gonna name them. So there's Kion, there's Talib Jr., there's Talil, there's Talon, there's Dalen. There's Savon, there's Little Talib, there's Kazi, there's Elicio, there's Kyrie. Let's see, there's Kalia, Zamaya, Kylie, Emery, Rosie, Milani. Hold on now. I'm missing somebody.
Yeah, you're at 16.
That's 16? Mm-hmm. How you know that's 16? And my baby Adelaide. That's 17. But I love y'all so much, and I want to see y'all prosper in life. And I just love seeing y'all growing up, and I thank y'all for just being such beautiful blessings and inspirations in my life. And I wouldn't choose a better set of grandkids than what I have. Like, I'm so honored to be y'all grandmother, y'all mama, and y'all can always come to me for anything that y'all want. Yeah.
Okay, I got 2 more for you, then I'm done, I promise. Okay. So a message to your kids.
A message to my kids?
Yeah.
Oh, you about to get me emotional. Like, I know that it has been hard through the years coming up, raising y'all. And I just thank y'all for not giving up on me, and just for trusting me to get us through all the pain and hardships that we went through. It has been a lot. We have gotten through a lot together. We've come a long way, and I'm appreciative of everything that y'all do for me and bring to my life. And I'm so sorry for any pain and trauma that I have caused. For I would never hurt y'all on purpose. I would never hurt y'all on purpose. Never harm y'all on purpose. So anything I have done, please forgive me, and let's just keep on moving forward in life. Because life is not promised, and we're not here forever. And you have to cherish your loved ones. And y'all mean everything to me. And this transition that I've made, it wasn't just for me, but it was for y'all, because I wanted y'all to always know that no matter what you go through in life, you can still make it. No matter how old you get, no matter where you come from, how many falls that you have taken, you can always get back up. Mm-hmm. Fight, keep fighting. And I'm proud of y'all. I'm so proud of y'all. And I love y'all.
And the last thing, a message to your younger self.
Girl, I'm so glad that you out of this body. Don't bring your funky ass back in. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I mean, but you know what though? You taught me a lot. Like you taught me a lot of lessons. I've learned a lot. And I'm just, I'm not gonna say that I'm afraid of my younger days and the things that I went through because those were my stepping stones to getting to me. Mm-hmm. So even though I don't hate you, I just don't want to. I don't ever want to see you again. I don't want to see you no more. But it was cool. It was cool.
Well, we appreciate you. This was fun for me. I don't know if I told you, but this
yeah.
Thank you. You and I want to say this. I lost my mom in 2017. I lost my grandma in 2016. My sister on my mom's side, Yvette, my firstborn sister, in 2016. I lost my mom in 2017 and my dad in 2019. That has also been a part of my growth, and because every day I fight for them. Because I know that if they seen me in these days, they would be so happy and so honored and so proud of me. So everything that I do for them too. Mm-hmm. I know I can never get them back, but I know that they looking down on me. Mm-hmm. And happy Heavenly Mother's Day, Grandma. Mama and Yvette, and to all the other women in our family that we have lost, happy Heavenly Mother's Day to y'all too. And I hope everybody else enjoy their Mother's Day and get all the love and peace and blessings that they deserve in life. They deserve it.
All right, happy Mother's Day.
Thank you.
And you want to shout out your social media?
You said, do I want to...
shout out your social media.
And shout out to all of my almost 10,000 Facebook friends and followers.
Okay.
I appreciate y'all for all the love and support, and all of my Instagram friends and followers. And please support these two wholesome, handsome young men. Both of my nephews. I gained a new nephew today. That's Robby Too Fast, and that's D, right?
Yeah, DNS Soldier.
And that's D right there. And please follow them on YouTube. What's your YouTube?
Two Sides of the Heart.
All right. Two Sides of the Heart. This is very dope for me, a very good experience for 2025, and I wish y'all all the best success in life, and I hope y'all keep progressing and evolving. Keep doing what y'all doing. It's good to see our young Black men into entrepreneurship and living their dreams. Go after your dreams. Always go after your dreams. And I appreciate you guys for allowing me to be a part of your podcast. It was beautiful.
Appreciate it. Well, thank you for tuning into the Two Sides of the Heart podcast. You can follow me at Robby Too Fast on all social medias.
DNS _ Soldier at all medias. And fuck that bitch.